Our last example from Factoring Basics is going to be 3x cubed minus 5x squared plus 2x equals 0. Now this is slightly different than the other problems because we have a cube out here, not a squared. So we have to do something to reduce this down to a factor of 2. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to notice that there's an x in each of these, and I'm going to divide out the GCF. So that's 3x squared minus 5x plus 2. Okay, this is still a factor. Please do not drop him off as you go along. All right, so if I take my chart over here, I have 3 times 2 is a positive 6, so I'm going to multiply to a positive 6, and I'm going to add to a negative 5. If you notice that from the first video to the last video, I've reduced the amount of work I'm showing on my chart, which is an option, or you can always stay with our first video. So 3 times 2 is 6, but when I add them, they don't add to a negative 5. But then I recognize that negative 3 and negative 2 adds to a 6, or multiplies to a 6, but it adds to a negative 5. So these guys are the factors so far. So I have x minus 3 and x minus 2 equals 0. But if I multiply by 2, I then have to divide by 3 to each of these guys. So this is going to be x, and then 3 divided by 3 is the minus 1. And then again, we're going to have to pull that 3 forward. So we have 3x minus 2 equals 0. And these are called the factors. Now, I want to check my work. So did I come up with the right thing? So when we check our work, we're going to multiply our factors back together to have them equal our function. So I'm going to start with x times x minus 1. That's going to equal x squared minus x. Then I'm going to take x squared minus x and multiply it by my third factor of 3x minus 2. So first, so that's going to be 3x cubed, outside negative 2x squared, inside minus 3x squared, and last is a positive 2x. So 3x cubed, combine like terms, and add the 2x. And if I look, 3x squared, 3x cubed, sorry, I missed that. X squared times 3x is 3x cubed, didn't do that. 3x cubed minus 5x squared plus 2x. So that means I have found the correct factors and multiplied them together correctly. Best of luck.